Ratswayo. Romeo Matipidi is our fourth official for this one. Experienced officials required. Officials that are experienced have been provided as well. Puti Mohafe in the 6th position on the table as well, just one position above where he finished in the Betway Premiership last season, where Mamelodi Sundowns were crowned champions. We heard from Miguel Cardoso when he was having a chat to Laurent Depocho. And William Shongwe, not a happy man.
Well, clearly, he's a coach that likes to use width a lot, and this pitch is a little bit narrow. The length is not a big problem. It's just the width that can be challenging, because if you want to open up a very low block, you need to be able to create a good width. And in this case, unfortunately, that's not going to happen, but they're quality side.
It will be Polokwane City who will get us underway tonight. Seshego Stadium is the home side of Magesi FC, who managed to escape from the relegation zone with a draw against TX Galaxy away in the Rockets' backyard. Polokwane City then in the orange and black will get us underway. They'll attack the goal to the left-hand side of your screen where Ronwin Williams waits. And Mamelodi Sundowns playing in their waist of a blue and white will play from left to right during the course of the first 45 minutes. Great to have you with us tonight on your World of Champions. And yeah, it's cool out here. As you said, didn't quite expect it to be this cold, but there's a bit of a breeze coming in from the northeast. That's blowing across our commentary position, which is a bit exposed, but I'm sure the players out there will enjoy what they have to do tonight. Nice touch there in the middle from Sapulwetu Kalepo, 26-year-old. You'll remember him perhaps with his days from the University of Pretoria Tuks. Expect Mamelodi Sundowns to slow the game down to a great degree, I suppose, as the ball's pinged forward by Jaden Adams, former Stellenbosch FC player, relishing in the new role that he has at Mamelodi Sundowns. Not quite an out-and-out attacking player, but more a consolidator. Now they have to drop back into defence to Sundowns, and it's going to be interesting to see how much possession they have and where the possession is for Sundowns, and how Polokwane City, who, as you said, William, have been very stingy at the back, how they consolidate their defensive strategy.
Yeah, it's a very interesting one for Mamelodi Sundowns in that middle. I mean, we talk about Ayende. He's one of those that can play like a 6. Tebogo can play like a 6. Lately, Jaden can play like a 6. So, very interesting to see how do they mix up going forward. It needs a lot of understanding from among the players.
Counter-attack football here by Bongi Nkosi Dlamini, former Platinum City Rovers players who in the side from the northwest were in the first division. Peter Shalolile taking advantage of a little slip in defence. Expect the width to be provided by Ikram Reyners, who right at the moment is playing in the centre position, and Shalolile just about gets on the end of it, bringing a roar to the supporters from Sundowns out on the far side. But this is how Mamelodi Sundowns will play. It's all possession.
It's all playing diagonals, ball changing from the one channel to the other in trying to stretch the defense. It's all systematic.
Yende with such an important role to play. Forward by Kolisi Mutao, international fullback, and space in front of goal. Denied any chance of a shot by the flag of Kamusi Razumisani.
Beautiful ball laid through. Maybe Reyners strays a little bit too early. That's exactly where the call came from, and yes, it was. By the time he receives the ball, he looks like he was onside, but when the ball was played, he was a step or so ahead of the defensive line.
I was very surprised that he didn't actually take a shot at it on the volley. Ikram Reyners.
Of course, he drops in front of him.
12 goals in the Betway Premiership for him. Ramacha, the 24-year-old, also incidentally, along with Bongi Nkosi Dlamini, former product of Platinum City Rovers after they were relegated, signing for Polokwane City. Early free kick here for Mamelodi Sundowns. These will always be dangerous positions for Polokwane City to defend, but they do have Klo and Kwe and Lebogang and Kaki. We hear that Siwelele have opened their account against Amakosi by 1-0. Siwelele with the win tonight could see themselves above Stellenbosch FC and into 9th place on the table. It will be a blow for Kaizer Chiefs' aspirations to stay in 3rd position, because AmaZulu are just 5 points behind, and they had that 5-1 victory over Chippa United most recently. And Arthur Zwane, former Chiefs man himself, is breathing down the neck of his former employer.
Hey, he's got a job of his own.
Allende, Mudau started his football in this part of the world and played for Magesi, who didn't always have this ground. It's a fairly newly established ground when they made their way from the First Division of Motsepe Foundation Championship into the Betway Premiership 2 seasons ago. Had a spell at Black Leopards as well, did Koliso. What a name he's making for himself at both club and international level. No doubt off to the FIFA World Cup finals. Little dink in towards Peter Shalolile. Players lining up to have a shot, and a bit of width off it as well by Koliso Mudau. Stayed forward, almost like a striker himself.
This is what he does. He's amazing. He's got incredible energy levels. And let's see where this one, Shalolile, just nudges him a bit from behind. And the young man Ramacha loses balance in the process, and right call from the man in the middle.
And in the pink is Linda Kukle Matebula. Goes into double figures as far as season appearances is concerned. It's number 10 for the 32-year-old. Had a spell at Richards Bay FC before going to Free State Stars. And Free State Stars, don't forget, sold their status to Castric Stars. And Linda Kukle Matebula found himself at Rise and Shine. Not seeing the ball misbehave too much, particularly after the early analysis that the pitch was a little on the bumpy side. This is Mokoena.
Yeah, it's just a few spots.
Allende had put himself in between the midfielders that you spoke about earlier on for Polokwane City, Kampala and Mapangule. And he's a tricky little man, he's the Chilean.
You'd be surprised. It looks like Mokoena is even ahead of Jaden. I mean, Mokoena, you know, he's one of those number 6s, but lately he just shifts all over the place. But it's all the understanding. It comes with tactical understanding of how they fit in and into the system of Mamalodi Sundowns.
Pressure in the middle of the park on the ball carrier, who is Temba Zwane, 36-year-old captain of Mamelodi Sundowns tonight. As you said, it's only second start of the season. Jaden Adams finds a bit of space and drives himself through it. Eventually pulls the trigger.
I think he got a deflection, because he's been given as a corner. I mean, at the Sellies where he played before he came to Sundowns, he was beginning to score goals coming from deep in the middle, and that was just one moment that, for me, reminded me of his game plan when he was at Sellies.
First corner kick of the match. Marcelo Allende, 25th game of the season, and space for the header that goes just wide. Shalolile in the mix.
Possibly maybe Damani as well, who's one of those tall who gets to the end of most of the set pieces. Very. Look who gets to that one. Mokoena.
Almost looks like Mokoena, yeah.
I mean, the options that Mamelodi does have in as far as who goes high into the ball. I mean, the defenders can be outnumbered when they have to challenge for all the big players that can go up into the box.
Well, it can be a good thing. It can also be a bit confusing. As an opportunity for Rise and Shine. First time we've really seen a concerted attack from Polokwane City. And Mudau has to come back and defend. Allende getting himself in the mix as well. And now an opportunity for the transition. Offside. Flag goes up early against the Namibian. Peter Shalolile.
Yeah, just before Mudau could clear that ball, it looks like it had rolled out, and he's not happy with that decision.
Mamelodi Sundowns contesting for league honours for the 9th successive season. Also contesting for a second star in the CAF Champions League for the 2nd year in a row.
Moenbeek says, you gotta be in to win it, and that's where we are. We're in.
No, absolutely. There must be such a lot of belief about Mamelodi Sundowns in the training ground, in the dressing room, maybe in the conference room as well. Pullback didn't quite work out for Mamelodi Sundowns. It doesn't allow transition for Polokwane City. That's far too close to well, the interestingly dressed goalkeeper tonight. One orange stripe down one side, a pink one on the other, and all green down the middle. Fascinating.
Listen, the brighter the colours of a goalkeeper, the more he attracts the strikers to him. But when the strikers are shooting, they see just one bright light and they hit in that direction. Then half the time it goes straight to the goalkeeper. One coach once told me, bright colours are very important for you as a goalkeeper. That's just a myth.
Mokoena caught in possession. Kalepo, tough man in the midfield, and there were boots flying in all over the place from Polokwane City on that occasion. One going in one direction, one going in the other, but there's work to be done in the centre of defence by Libachang and Kaki. No problems there though. Here's Keanu Cupido, the former Cape Town City centre-back. Mudau.
He's dead, of course, in the 80s, the John Christmas.
Again, a little show and go of the ball. Back with Cupido. Everybody over the halfway line except for Williams in Sundowns colours. Mudau, and with the pitch as small as what it is, it does make it difficult. As Shalulile looks towards the assistant referee for a corner, doesn't get it from Mr. Razumisani. Not many appearances this season so far. It's his 12th of the campaign. You might say, well, that's not too bad. 7th in the starting lineup, but always to be relied upon.
He's a professional. Always works hard, even in his training. He's always high intensive. He's always looking to do a bit more. And I guess if you don't play on a regular basis, you want to train a bit more so that you can keep up with the others.
Mamelodi Sundowns, they've only suffered the one PSL loss the whole season in the Betway Premiership. It was against Abafana Vistende. And I'm sure Mangoba Ngluti would have relished in that. It's a nice shot on the volley.
On the 10 by Reyners. And which could have caught the goalkeeper flat-footed, because when the players facing the opposite direction, sometimes you don't expect him to turn and shoot like immediately. Lost his bearings a bit. Good 10.
Yeah,
good shot.
Popped up at a good height as well. Dlamini into the middle. Seems to be a bit of a niggle for Manuel Kampala, who scored that late goal against Stellenbosch FC. Sholile trying to hold off the defender in Edwin Ramaja. Nice turnaround though by Polokwane City. They'll have a free kick here too.
And trying to keep up with keep the middle a bit tight there, or even the defensive line. Matuluti hasn't ventured much forward. He's one player, full-back, that likes to go forward. But today, we haven't seen much of that. I guess it's all in the strategy, in the name of this game tonight, tactically, that let's just keep it safe for now. We might see him a bit later on in the second half.
Polokwane City, there's Manuel Kampala, who broke the hearts of Stellenbosch FC players on Sunday with that late strike. His only goal of the season, but he's a solid player. He's the Mozambican holding midfielder. Free kick pinged into the area, looking there for Edwin Ramaja. Turn for Polokwane City to attack. I like this little long ball to the diagonal, and he has a chance for Chloe Nkwe, left-sided fullback. It's a nice little ball. Williams beaten, the offside flag raised.
Yeah. I guess the Caleb was straying a little bit too early. Big decision when you're an attacking player in those type of situations.
They're not yet to make up the numbers of Polokwane City, and when they create opportunities like that, they're bound to take them. Unbeaten in the last 4 outings in the Betway Premiership. 9 matches unbeaten since the loss against TX Galaxy in the Nedbank Cup. Allende punched away by Matebula, and almost an opportunity for transition once again, and again it's Lamini. No doubt that Simon Ramabu will be launching himself down the right-hand side in front of Matuludi. It's gone out of play.
Fortunately, his first touch lets him down. I think he was a little bit too narrow, and also the ball was played a little bit backward. It wasn't diagonal enough for him to run into it. He had to wait a bit.
That is the previous ball that was sent in, the offside.
From Caleb.
But it's about those sort of opportunities, though, and the psychology of having had the ball in the back of the net, having tested the defence of Mamelodi Sundowns, even though Sundowns' discipline seemed to be well practiced. Ball forward by Jaden Adams. Lots of fetching and carrying from the midfield, wide by Aubrey Modiba on the left-hand side. Now a little floater in towards Mudau, and that is exactly what Coach Miguel Cardoso was talking about, those long balls that can be played. And when you're looking to play on a slightly bigger pitch than the one here in Seshego, those balls work out nicely. So they're just going to have to adapt a little, Mamelodi Sundowns.
Indeed. Under normal circumstances, that ball, Suasem Dawood still was left with some yards to catch up with.
Shalulile playing supplier for a moment, all the way back to Keanu Cupido, playing such an important role in that centre of defence. And when he pushes forward, and Damani stays back, as does Adams, and as well as Allende. Such a team player, Allende, almost comfortable in any position. Lots of reference to Cupido tonight. There's a hold on the ball, and then they push forward, and just for a moment Matebula lost his footing. On another day that might have gone in the back of the net. It's off the deflection, but it will be a corner to Sundowns.
And the danger of playing a low block gives the midfielders like Deborah Jading in this case the opportunity to advance into those areas where they can take long-range shots. And they haven't found the target, but it looks like it's building towards something like that.
Okwena to challenge. Keeper stays on his line. Ramaja, there's an appeal for a handball from a couple of the Sundowns players. Timbazwani, this time it's an easier catch for Lindo Kukle. Polokwane City, as you said, unbeaten in the last 4 outings. Wins over TX Galaxy and Stellenbosch FC. Draws against Chipper and Kaiser Chiefs. Bit of a dangerous ploy here by Polokwane City, but away by Chloe Nkwe. Nice pick-up by Keanu Cupido. And again, trying to thread the eye of the needle. And again, that little push, just a little on the strong side for Peter Shalulile. It's fascinating just how the length of this pitch is being just a slight problem for Mamelodi Sundowns in the early days. We're not 20 minutes in yet. They'll adapt. Rainer's offside. Second time.
High corner. Reina says. Now let's look at this.
I don't think there can be too much doubt.
Sometimes what happens is that the pass delays, because when he started to run, he was onside. But I think with the delay of the pass, then eventually he strays offside.
More pressure coming from Mokoena. Mokoena with the second bite of the cherry. And even when he's in that offside angle with his right boot, he pings it with tremendous power, yes, over the crossbar. But it's a really good piece of technique from Teboko.
Not much of a run-in, yes. Took it from very close, where you don't expect much of power to come from that. This will give us a clear picture.
Just managed to get his feet apart enough for him to get his right boot to try and curl the ball a bit. Just overhit it somewhat. Already 5 attempts in the early stages, 20 minutes for Mamelodi Sundowns, so 70% of the possession as well. Nothing on the scoreboard as yet. Polokwane City doing well so far. Still another 70 minutes to go. Look at the amount of passes that Sundowns have put together, and this will continue. Zwane again. Twisting, turning, looking for opportunities. And a lot of players inside that penalty area. Shalolili is at the back post. Still a chance for Temba Zwane.
He's getting into the game a bit more. He started a little bit wide to the left, and he's dropping a little bit more central now. The competitions are getting better for Sundowns in those pockets of spaces.
Fascinating looking from our commentary box that Polokwane City have sent a whole bunch of players out for a warm-up, and we're only in the 22nd minute. We're not even halfway through the first half yet. So fascinating from Puti Mohafe and company. There's Tabang Mamalodi. Fascinating that the two right backs tonight, both of international flavour, and very, very good plays indeed. Mamalodi wearing the captain's armband this evening. Ball knocked away by Kulumani Ndamane. Self-ailing from Mbombela. Jaden Adams. Very influential 21st match of the season. Madao! If he'd got a little toe on it, there might have been something in it for him.
Once again, the line bits into it. Not enough space to be able to run through. And under other fields, he would have been able to maybe chase that ball and still pick it up before it goes out for a goal kick.
Don't forget last season, it was Polokwane City who won this match by 1-0 with Nikani scoring the only goal of the match. Not available through injury for quite some time now.
Yes.
Dlamini pings it back into the middle. There's another bit of an opportunity. Ramabu. And they're lining up here with the Kelepu. Pinged in by Nkwe. Offside flag's gone up. Assistant referee Paulani Flatwile.
The other problem our Sundowns are having is that Polokwane City are holding that low block, and each time you try to put a ball through that low block, already the keeper is close all the line. So they need to find better ways to actually exploit the spaces in front of the defense and not behind the defensive line.
Jaden Adams. Temba Zwane. Forced to turn, Temba Zwane. There's a nice little pirouette as well in front of Dlamini, who's back defending. Once again, it's Temba Zwane. He's getting every second touch at the moment. Is the captain of Mamelodi Sundowns and doing a good job. However, you've got to keep possession. Sibulela leading 2-0 against Kaizer Chiefs, apparently, down in the Toyota Stadium in Mangaung, Bloemfontein. That's a bit of a shocker for Kaizer Chiefs, who now have a plus 12 goal difference. But at the moment, not being able to pull away from Amazulu, as they would have hoped to do, and get 8 points clear of Lesotho with 4 matches remaining. And Sibulela will be relishing in that situation they find themselves in at the moment. They've only scored 15 goals this season so far, 13 before the match got underway. But an opportunity to go 9th on the table ahead of Stellenbosch FC.
And I can't help but start thinking that game on Sunday took so much that they still haven't recovered the Kaizer Chiefs.
Both the Sibulela Kaizer Chiefs matches and this one, Polokwane City Mamalodi Sundowns, are catch-up matches. And unbelievable to think that this late on in the season, with 5 matches remaining, this is the 5th last match for both of these sides, that they meet for the first time this season, due to Sundowns' campaigns continentally. Yes. And funnily enough as well, they play against each other on Sunday in Pretoria.
And the coach of Polokwane City was saying it's Mamelodi Sundowns' fault about where they are right now because of their campaign. He said this game was cancelled twice before this moment.
And Quay on the overlap snatches the ball out of the air. Does Ronwin Williams. Quick hands from the national team goalkeeper.
So he says, now, because of their delay, we have to play this game away from our own slaughterhouse. And and Sundowns, obviously, you think that maybe at least we're not going to the old Peter Mokaba Stadium, maybe this will be better, but they still feel like there's a problem. The size, of course, that the coach spoke about earlier.
Well, it is May Day on Friday, 1st of May, Workers' Day, and May Day celebrations over the course of the weekend. And did see somewhere that President Cyril Ramaphosa will be having an address and in Polokwane at the Peter Mokaba Stadium, probably the new one, but the old Peter Mokaba Stadium is also being attached to May Day celebrations, and hence this match, because of the preparation, therefore, is being played here. Polokwane City relying on the transition. Not able to quite find Sibusiso Chabalala. Playing in his 16th match of the season, 13th in the starting lineup. He hasn't scored a goal yet.
And recently, Chiqueto was the man preferred on top of the attack for Polokwane City. Not available today to start.
They are missing a couple of important players like Matuza and Chiqueta, but they have to do, and they have Sapoweto Kalepu. I must say he's been quite lively tonight in the number 6 jersey, and Sibusiso Chabalala at times has been forced to drop back a little. This is Chloe Quay giving Rainers a hard time, as suddenly the former Cape Townian finds himself on the right-hand side, mostly prolific on the other side of the pitch. Allende.
Will be disappointed. Trying to locate Modiba, but that pass went skewed.
Again, trying to just flow through that Polokwane City defense, and one has to give a lot of credit to Puti Mohafe in the way that he set up the team. You spoke about Kambala Makapankule, but you got the back four and Quay on the left-hand side as they appeal for an obstruction from Kulamani and Dumane to Polokwane City. I don't think they're going to get anything from referee Skumbuzo Gasa. With that defense of Matuludi Ramaja and Quay and Nkaki doing a great job late on in the season.
Does look like straight hand from Damane did land into the face of Klepu, and supported by the officials.
So at what stage This Mamelodi Sundowns start becoming frustrated, knowing that they played 1-1 against Stellenbosch FC a week ago, and then over the weekend 0-0 against the Rich Boys. And now they find themselves 0-0 after half an hour, and how important it is to try and keep track, or just hold that thought for a moment. Space in the middle with Peter Shalalile just over the top of his head. There might have been a touch from Ramaja.
There was.
And now it's Nkwe who's away. Not for long. Jaden Adams comes back beautifully to cut out the left back, who's very, very adventurous tonight. Chloe Nkwe, former Pretoria Callies left-sided player. But yeah, I mean, to get back to my point of at what stage does Mamelodi Sundowns get frustrated? Because one would think that with a side that have won 8 championships in a row, they've performed adequately, more than adequately, brilliantly on the continent in CAF Champions League competition for the last decade. And one would think that they'd be able to have the discipline and the fortitude to get through a match like this. However, the last 2 results don't quite support that argument. Mokoena with a drive, quite capable of hitting the target from that range, and that's twice he's had a shot now. Big smile on the face of the 29-year-old.
Gets a deflection. I think it's Nkaki. Yes. Flicks it over. Again, the transition.
Polokwane City are able to defend their penalty area rather nicely, and then away comes Lebang Matuluti looking for Ramaja. Ramabu, I beg your pardon. Ramabu, natural right winger, 24-year-old. And an offside flag up against Polokwane City again.
Now look where Mokoena pops up now, right with the defender. So when I say the 3, any of them can end up playing as an anchor. But it's the understanding that if this one goes forward, one must drop. So I think between Jaden and Mokoena, the understanding of how to coordinate in those positions in certain times of the game is going to be very key. They can't afford to go all up at the same time.
Well, Cardoso waits patiently in his dugout, and again a little dink ball is frustrating the midfield of Mamelodi Sundowns. And while Cardoso stands watchful in his dugout, Puti Mohafe a lot more animated. This man's having a good match tonight. Keanu Cupido. Cape Town City, his former side, in the mix for a place in the promotional playoffs, and the lots to be decided towards the end of the season. Not only the championship, but the places in the top 8 and the order of the top 8. And then at the bottom of the table, the relegation battle, the playoff position, the relegation battle, and in the first division, that title could potentially be won this weekend as Kruger United host Black Leopards on Saturday in Kanyamazani. And one of the relegation situations has already been resolved, with the Baroka FC relegated to the ABC Motsepe League from the first division. Space outside the area once again, and Polokwane City throwing jerseys on the ball and just closing things down. Zwane with absolutely no way to go on that occasion. Cupido. Shalulile shortchanged. Good work done by Nkaki. Allende. Adams. They're not worried about attacking so much until they get the ball of Polokwane City. And here's a rush into the penalty area. Once again, denied is Aubrey Modiba. Damani has to do duty at the back, and unfortunately up front, it's Chabalala who's unsighted. kind from the home supporters. I think got a bit of booing coming from the Polokwane City supporters to the right of our commentary box every time there's a touch from Mamelodi Sundowns, but maybe it'll turn around to cheers now with Dlamini in possession. Nice little pirouette around Reyners as he looks for Ramabu. Well, that's a bit of a foot up on Zwane as well, but the referee allows play to continue. Mudau, Cupido. It's just a little bit of space opened up here for the centre back. At Mudau, maybe a better crosser of the ball. It's a fascinating battle, William.
Listen, it's very tight. For me, as much as Sundowns are having the lion's share of ball position, but Polokwane City have remained very resolute about how they want to go about this game. They'll not chase, they'll not take Sundowns like toe-to-toe. They are prepared to play their own game and let Sundowns come to them. And that is, I think, what they've been able to do very well. Hardly a build-up of any note. It's mainly a clearance in the hope to find a Chabalala up front. And the other player that is also not in the picture as much is obviously Caleb is being forced to come back and help defensively instead of helping in attack. But once again, you give Sundown the space in the middle, they'll slice you open. So I think all is going according to plan for Polokwane.
Again, Mokoena tries to pull the trigger and the defence stands all over him. And it was interesting to see Simon Ramabu back in defence. So you've seen Kalepo drop back, you've seen Ramabu drop back, exactly. Chabalala's drop back behind the halfway line. It's a team effort here. And I'll tell you what, Pudi Mohafe has done a great job with this team.
But what happens is Sundown scores. That is when all falls flat. Because now they'll have to open up to try and get one back to equalize. And that's where Sundowns want this game to go. But as long as they don't concede Polokwane City, all is well.
You heard at the beginning of the match that they both have their own agendas here, Polokwane City and Mamelodi Sundowns. That came from Pudi Mohafe. They want to stay in the top 8. Mamelodi Sundowns want to win a title for the 9th time. Polokwane City are 5 points clear of Stellenbosch FC, and if Sibilele win, that'd be 5 points clear of Sibilele, who would be in 9th position on the live table at the moment. Allende has got much better of an angle this time, but there was a deflection, and sometimes that can unsettle the defence of the side that's on the back foot. That's beautifully done by Mudau. Didn't throw himself into the challenge, just held up, pushed it forward. Mamelodi Sundowns with a plus 30 goal difference. Orlando Pirates has plus 39. 1 point ahead, Pirates, and I'm sure that all of Orlando Pirates are glued to their TVs or devices on a streaming situation. But Abdesalam Wadu, no doubt, very interested in this situation. Sundowns still have that return match against Polokwane City to play on Sunday. And then a certain Amakosi on the 6th of May is the next opponent. So it doesn't get any easier in the Betway Premiership for either Mamelodi Sundowns or Orlando Pirates, because don't forget Orlando Pirates have just played against Kaizer Chiefs in that stalemate on Sunday.
The big question for Polokwane City is do they have enough in the legs? Because right now, for the better part of this game, they're chasing. In Sundowns, they're having the ball, they're energized, and they're controlling the game. They don't run as much. It's the ball that is running. It's one quality of a good team. Let the ball run a bit more. But the team that is chasing, that doesn't have the ball, they're wasting more energy. So what happens in the 75th, 80th minute to Polokwane City? Can they keep up the running?
I'll tell you in half an hour.
Thank you.
Yeah, the way things are going, it's tough to see which of the two sides at this stage, and we're not even 40 minutes into this match yet, would come up trumps. If you look at the records overall, dominance by Mamelodi Sundowns in the 22 encounters in both League and Cup are concerned. There's only been 3 Polokwane City victories, and one of those came last season with that Mikani goal in Polokwane. Look at Ramabu, he's back defending. This is Mokoena. Good ball in. Nice header away as well. by Ramaja. And then they stretch their legs and have a little dart over the halfway line.
And then hold it there.
And then hold it there.
And Ramaja has been brilliant. Remember, Ngundela started as a pairing to Nikani in that center of defense beginning of the season. And then Ngundela gets injured. And Ngaki comes in. And now Nikani gets injured. Ramaja gets the opportunity to, since he came in, since he started, he's held that position beautifully. Mapangula alongside Kambala, the strength of Polokwane City.
Another set-piece opportunity. Mokoena Allende. It's a decent ball, and that'll be a corner, no doubt, for Mamelodi Sundowns, and really making hay while the sun shines. Five minutes and stoppage time away from half-time. How close was this? Well, not really. It's a great header from Mamalodi.
But Namani catches him from the back of his head.
Corner number 6 for Mamelodi Sundowns.
And none to City.
Whatsoever. 5 minutes and stoppage time away from first half. Coming to an end. Easy header away by Manuel Kambala. And that's the way it's been going. Mamelodi Sundowns drive the agenda. And there's a big sponge at the back from Polokwane City that's just soaking up all this pressure from whichever angle it comes, and then ping it back over the halfway line. A little run for Nkwe, maybe one for Ramabu. Not much from Chabalala at the moment, but yeah, it's a fascinating game of give and take, cut and thrust. And again, no way through for Modiba.
The big question is how much can that sponge hold the water? At some stage, it won't hold. I mean, if you keep pumping it with water, it can only do so much.
I think at half-time they'll have a chance to
squeeze it.
Squeeze it. Cupido. Nice first touch from Ndamani. Modiba. But they're all facing backwards at the moment. Mamelodi Sundowns plays, and again pressurizing the ball carrier. And we saw that when Magesi was playing against TX Galaxy on Sunday, and had a chance to talk to the Magesi coach, and he said, yeah, but they practiced that so much. And you can see Polokwane City similarly. Mamalodi, not a great challenge. Rainers, Shalolila, so close.
So close. I'm beginning to think maybe a bit of rustiness from Shalolila. I think he gets there, but he doesn't quite wrap his foot over the ball to redirect it towards goal. Great effort nonetheless.
He's a tall man. Last victory away from Mamelodi Sundowns came in 2023 when Ribeiro scored 2. Mamelodi Sundowns winning by that scoreline, 2-0. 0-0 in the other leg, but Mudau is the target. Oh, and not quite what the doctor ordered. He was looking for a little back heel inside towards Tembazwani. Didn't work, but he's got quality written all over him as Kuliso. Polokwane City continue to frustrate Mamelodi Sundowns, and it's going to be fascinating when they meet again on Sunday in Pretoria. Not much football action this weekend, but Mamelodi Sundowns have a final to play, first and second leg, home and away, in the CAF Champions League, and therefore their schedule being jigged a little bit. And the big cup final on Saturday. Durban City against TX Galaxy at the new Peter Makaba Stadium. Opportunity for Bonginkosi Dlamini. Space here for Dlamini. Cuts it back. Ramabu waiting inside the penalty area. Forward again by Kaki, and that was as close as they've come, Polokwane City, in the match. And Chabalala looking for something more than what the referee's prepared to give, and that's a corner.
I would like to see exactly what was they expecting. Because I saw a good defensive work to be able to top up that ball for a corner.
First corner kick of the match for Polokwane City comes in first half stoppage time. Ramabu, back post, good header away. Lots of orange jerseys in the penalty area, and again there's a swing at the ball, and again the offside flag has gone up against Polokwane City. They have had their moments, few and far between. Mokoena, is he selfish this time? No, he's not. Zwani. Possession given away once again. It was the Rainers, in fact, who gave possession back. They're very, very swift on the counter-attack of Polokwane City. How good is the quality of the cross? Well, there wasn't any on that occasion, as we are now 30 seconds into referee's time added on.
Just try to imagine the type of practice sessions that they had in between in preparing for this game. The repetitions of this quick transition play. You can laugh during the week. It breaks and it's back to start. It breaks and it's back to start up until you perfect it. So many repetitions, and it looks like this is what was happening for whatever Polokwane City did as preparation for this game.
Matuludi. Easy for Ronald Williams. That should be half-time. He's half-time in Seshego. William Shongwe, it's been an interesting one with Mamelodi Sundowns driving the agenda more than Polokwane City, but the strategy of Polokwane City is working to perfection.
Look at the players, how tired they are. Some of them are down basically and trying to just they are relieved in even any way that at least this break has come. They can go into the dressing room, take some refreshments and recover. But happy at the same time that they were able to stick to the plan, the game plan for what they had prepared, and it worked to perfection. It's obviously not being sure of how this can be sustainable.
All of the attack from Mamelodi Sundowns, counter work from Polokwane City. Goals important at this stage of the season. There aren't any in Seshego. Polokwane City 0, Sundowns 0. It's half time.